your government, the Obaseki government did not buy vehicles for police. They did not buy vehicles for commissioners. And some commissioners didn't even have official cars. That they also that they did not revive Edo line. That's why they went they went shopping. They went to get vehicles. Can you react to this? Because Okpebholo said, some of us also argue that what Okpebholo has done in the last 100 days is more than what Obaseki did. So for me, I don't know what they smoke, but you said they are spending the money Obaseki left behind. These same people are saying that they met an empty.
No, the treasury went empty and then empty, and that is the truth. If they met an empty treasury, how come within a week or two that the government came on board, contract was awarded without going through due process for the purchase of
Honorable Osilama, former Honorable Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, don come talk about 100 days of Monday Okpebholo. Now sitting and Jack on the ask some question about this our ex-governor, Governor Obaseki, say he not leave any money for office. I go just leave una make we listen to the Honorable Osilama, wetin he get to talk for that very matter, and also make una beg subscribe to my YouTube channel and blog this TV for more.
So, sir, my first question when I want to knock you today, sir. I write my questions down so that make it not be like say on day. I want to make you tell us how you rate Okpebholo's 100 days in office. Tell this because now I just come up from office. So you serve under the technocrat governor, His Excellency Obaseki. Now we now have another governor, what they call INEC select governor. How you want rate in government in the last 100 days, sir?
Okay, is it before you rate? Get certain benchmarks. You know when you need to look at. I don't see much of all that really. Like one of my colleagues actually said today, during one of the interviews he had, you know, like he rightly pointed out, we were not expecting to see, you know, infrastructure in 100 days. We're not expecting to see, you know, big hospitals, flyovers, and things like that. At least within 100 days, we expect to see plan. Because our plan will guide you, you know, where you want to go. They say plan is a guide to an action. You know, but unfortunately, when these guys came from day one, they came even before they came into government, even before they were sworn in. You know, they came with so much so much braggadocio. Everything was, you know, hot. You know, and as a result, they didn't give themselves the opportunity to even interface with us. We were ready. We had a transition committee that was set up. You know, we came up, we developed a report. We invited them to come and have a sit down with us. Even when they managed to come, they were not ready to, you know, to participate, you know, as you expected. Maybe not because of the kind of people when they put for that transition committee. You know, whereas they're supposed to bring young, vibrant, you know, forward-thinking people. They go gather all those people, you know, into that transition committee. You know, for them, everything was politics. I mean, everything is not politics. Governance is different from politics. When you now become a government, you don't play politics because you oversee everything. And that was the style, you know, Obaseki brought into governance. It was all about the Edo people. It wasn't about him. It wasn't about a particular political party or a particular set of people. It was all about service delivery. You know, you talked about the creative hub now. Yes, that was not something that Governor Obaseki achieved in 100 days, like I said. But you see, he had plans. You know, like if you watched the interview where my former colleague, Dr. John Obiawe, when she you know, participated not too long ago, a few days ago.
Yes.
You know, she talked about when the governor came, the first thing he did was to go visiting, you know, some of the schools to see how their states of dilapidation as it turned out to be. And of course, now from there, you will now know what you want to do. You know, so I mean, but these guys came in, they were more interested in, you know, recovering vehicles that were not missing. They even recovered one of the Jalopis. I see. Even go collect one one day with Papa. You know, you start wondering, whereas you should have come with the intention to be positive, to move the state forward. You know, it was all about gra. You know, some of us use the word witch hunt and vendetta, but that is the truth. You know, that really is the truth. You know, so in a nutshell, I honestly no rate them high. Again, to maybe because I'm a planning person. I mean, it doesn't matter that I'm commissioner for budget and economic planning. So everything starts with, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? You know, we haven't seen a policy statement from this government. You know, instead now to go up and down, they set up committee to look for waiting no laws. You know, they set up a committee, asset verification committee, whereas all those issues they already dealt with before we left government. It's all in the transition, you know, document. You know, all they needed to do was just sit down and read. I don't know whether reading is difficult for them. Or, I mean, if figures, they confuse them. Let us not go confusing now again, too now. You know, so they now came up with a report that didn't make any sense. They said the state was owing 682 billion. You know, that's why I said in that interview that, I mean, you don't need a committee to ascertain the debt level of a state. Go to the debt management office. But they are the repository of everything that is debt, both nationally and sub-nationals. You know, and if you look at our debt profile, it just hovers around 400 billion. And of that 400 billion, you know, if you break them down into the foreign components and the domestic component now about 82 billion or so, right? The foreign component might be 280 something. And that foreign component of Governor Basaki, no borrow 1 cent out of it for 8 years. He didn't borrow a foreign loan. He did not. Now money was
No,
only
no,
debt
no.
was only
Former commissioner.
Mhm.
This part where you go, so we will need to match small break for here. You know, I said that you match small break. As you match small break, so you will increase your volume small. So like you say, some of all these APC people, the people say their ear block, say that you don't tell them say you want to release this kind of information.
Made they use cutting board.
So I want to you break this one when you just talk. So I don't expect you to talk this one, but now the conversation carry you go there. What do you talk now? Be say I want to make you break them down,
Exactly.
make our people understand. Say the foreign debt, almost like you don't borrow one.
You know, borrow shishi, you know, borrow. You know, now, waiting, former governor, now Senator Adam Soshomole, borrow. You know, as at 2015, right, before Governor Obaseki came in, that money was 5.6 billion naira only. It is borrowed in dollars, you understand? But they recognize them in the local currency. Now, again, if you now realize that between that time, that 2015, 2016 to 2024, the dollar don't mess up our naira. I mean, the naira dropped, you know, from 80 something naira to 150, you know, to 230, 350, 450, 750, 1,350, 1,008. You know, it hit 1,008. Yes. Dollar, not even talk of you when it's on pounds they spent, you know. So it just messed up, it just made nonsense of that leg of our debts, right? You know, so that's why the thing balloons the way it did. It's not as if Governor Basaki added to it, did not, you know. So if you now benchmark our debts profile, right, with our GDP profile, you find out that Obaseki, when Obaseki lived last year, he handed over a very, very, you know, fertile, very, very, you know, economically sound state. Let me explain this. You know, as at 2016, when he came on board, our GDP, our gross domestic product, which way encapsulates how the economy of the state or the nation will perform, you know, was 2 trillion naira. But within the period of that 8-year period up on left, we're doing 6 trillion. So it grown by what? It's grown by three size of waiting in get before. I mean, that's very, very huge. You understand? You know, we don't talk about all these figures, you know, so many times. Sometimes now it's even as if it's getting boring. But it's important for people to understand that, you know, when Obaseki came on board, you know, our IGR was 23 billion in a year. But we grew it up to almost 80 billion by the time we left.
From 23 billion to
IGR
almost 80 billion.
Generated revenue. Yes. You know, IGR internally generated revenue. You know, money when we collect from people when they do business for the state. Now, the question what people need to understand is, it not be say Obaseki suddenly increase tax, or you come to carry lions and tigers, they go door to door, they beat people to collect money. It just grew the economy. And when you expand the economy, it means that you have a very large net, a bigger net, you know, to fish from, to collect your tax from. So there was no tax burden. It's not that there was a tax burden on the people, you know. So opportunity there again too for these people to even further increase the tax net. You know, but you need a thinking cap and the capacity to understand and know how to grow an economy for you to do that. Unfortunately, when they go on now for Edo State, they say investors are even beginning to leave because they don't feel safe. Yes, that's why the IGR of the state has dropped. Investors are shutting down their businesses. No economy thrives in an atmosphere of insecurity and uncertainty. And there's so much uncertainty in Edo State right now. You know, when you again now hand over, you know, the revenue collection activity of a state to a third party, a non-state actor. You know, people when me and you, we know how they go and everything.
You say, I tell you, sir, hold on, sir. Let me bust it quickly, sir. You know, we talk and say this one as street media. Now, street media be this. So when you say non-state actors, you need to break them down. Not be everybody where this platform. I understand that. Who are these non-state actors? Where would they talk now?
Now your friend now, your brother then Tony Kabaka, not be Tony Kabaka company they hand over the revenue. Not be your
okay, now the Tony Kabaka be non-state actors. They be Boston,
they are non-state actors.
Okay.
Now they be the non-state actors, and you know, you see now all over Edo State, especially the Benin metropolis, you know, traders and you know drivers, they don't start to be protest. You know, it's like you're not bringing horse whip, you know, to scourge these people. And some of these people, now our mamas and our papas, our uncles and our aunties, you know, you treat them with so much disdain, and because you want to collect 15 or 100 naira from somebody, you would flog the person. And this, I think these people know they used to during the 8 years of Governor Obaseki. It ended with you know the era of their Oga,
Oshomole.
Senator Oshomole, when he was governor. But now, unfortunately, they have brought back that same, style and attitude to governance, and it's not progressive. It's not progressive. You need partnership with foreign partners. People that will come help to engage with you. Now, the good thing about what Godwin Obaseki did, whereas he did not borrow a cent more from what he inherited, foreign loan, he was able to attract foreign investment into Edo State. So it was more of equity, it was more of investment, not debt, not loan. So there was no burden. It did not put any burden, on the Edo people. And that actually is something people need to understand. Unfortunately, now the way things are going, the way these guys are spending all the money that we left behind, 30 billion, 6 billion, if you add everything up, they go almost 50 billion. They just went and started spending like drunken sailors. Imagine somebody just come now to go buy cars, for their use. I mean, those are not
sir. We need to stretch this part, because what the Okpebholo government in their 100 days, what they said they have done, they said they have done some roads. They said they have started constructing a flyover. That your government, the Obaseki government, did not buy vehicles for police. They did not buy vehicles for commissioners, and some commissioners didn't even have official cars. That they also that they did not revive Edo line. That's why they went they went shopping. They went to get vehicles. Can you react to this? Because Okpebholo said, some have also argued that what Okpebholo has done in the last 100 days is more than what Obaseki did. So for me, I don't know what they smoke, but you said they are spending the money Obaseki left behind. These same people are saying that they met an empty.
No, the treasury went empty and then empty, and that is the truth. If they met an empty treasury, how come within a week or two that the government came on board, contract was awarded without going through due process for the purchase of vehicles that ran into billions of naira? And so let's not even go into that. It's not true. A situation where you come in and for you it's just to come and enjoy as a government, as the people in government, not for the benefit of the people. Now, the behavior you see there. So Obaseki wasn't stupid, adopting the style that he adopted. If they say Obaseki spend money on us, the way they spend money on the creative hub when they talk about now, if I'm not there, all those JUPSA, they're not there. You see that secretariat for Airport Road, for Sapele Road.
Yes.
You see that place now, world class infrastructure, both outside the physical structure and even the facilities inside. They were not there. After all, was it like that 8 years ago when Oshomole left? It wasn't. Because rather than depleting state resources on paying giving his commissioners 1 million naira every week as ESCO sitting allowance, he thought better of it. So
we heard that.
Let me just finish. You don't go into government. You don't go into government to be rich, you be comfortable, and then of course make contacts that you can again help follow through. After government too. I mean, all of us supposed to get second base, second addresses. So that talk about buy vehicles for commissioners. I had my vehicles. I had vehicles on ground, right, and now very good vehicles, and so of course some of my other colleagues. But there was a fleet system on ground. The Move Monkey, the mega stuff, guys. So if you need to do something, right, you call them. They will bring a vehicle with a driver, take you to do what you want to. After all, not be walk, you want to go walk.
Yes.
You want to go flexing. You understand? So what that did was to help to reduce wastage. It helped to reduce wastage in the billions of naira. Something that those guys could tell you pointedly the number of vehicles when Edo State gets, where those vehicles the state of those vehicles. Before that time, we don't know where our vehicles there. Some vehicles were even they were already even abandoned in people's houses. Some were even abandoned in mechanic workshops. You don't waste resources that way. All that changed under Governor Obaseki. So if people think, they're happy now the way these guys are just burning money, the way they're buying expensive vehicles and living an expensive lifestyle. At the end of the day, now the state will suffer. It's all about the people. So again, to this talk of say that they build road, governance is a continuum. I don't see where they go for trees, great rough places to turn to. You understand? Can't start new roads. Waiting that they do now to continue where our government stopped. So what is wrong with that? If we are, that is the planning. That's why I started with plan. If we had not had a plan, we had not started those projects. They forget waiting they continue. So let's let them continue. You inherit the assets, the liabilities, and you don't complain. Governor Obaseki inherited so much liabilities from Governor Oshomole. And it saw through those expectations from contractors and all. You know, when you owe contractors, not a bad thing, no. It means that they do something for you. It means that they work for
Yes.
you. You know, so people should not come and start making it look like, oh, some contractors are being. Some of these projects, not be 1 year project. They are multi-year projects. So now to carry on from 1 year to another, not be all roads when you build, you will finish in 1 year. Not all schools you build, you will finish in 1 year. So the understanding is important. Now, if these guys had engaged us the way they should have engaged us, while we were still there, a lot of these things would have been, made. Notice now say they know they do all they are graduate, they know they do them again. Because reality don't dawn on them. They don't realize
Wow.
people don't see cars. Imagine them coming to say, one of my former colleagues carry car of 200 million. Which car? Which car those state government get when the 200 million? I don't know when governor Obaseki they use that time. I'm not sure say they reach 200 million. So you come up with all kinds of talk and things that do not add up. So a lot of the things that they do now, they're just trying to pander, to the people, so that people will feel say, oh, they are socialists, they are populists, they are like a populist agenda. But at the end of the day, this one only because to a very large extent, they know say they don't win this election when they sit down at the scene of government. And that is the truth. The records are there. The results, even before the whole mess started, we saw what IREV had collated. That election was won clearly by
Commissioner,
and thank God the way things they go now, all that we believe all that will change, except we don't get country.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Commissioner. And you don't break it down. Okpebholo's 100 days, really nothing to show. You say they rush enter government, they don't get plans, so that's why they are just doing things anyhow, shopping for vehicles, organizing parties.
We call them Robber Ribi.
Okay,
you talk about that creative bulk. Now party Robber Ribi, now party. I guess they want to turn the place to hotel. What kind of thinking is that? With all the hotels going full Benin City, where hotels even pass people where people they live for Benin City. You now want to something that attracts talent, creativity. Some economies thrive on things like that. Why do you think say we talk of Hollywood? Why do you think say we talk of Hollywood? It transforms the society. Now a lot of all those people when they come there to shoot movies or rehearse or do things, they don't come out for those states. Who lose? Do you know the implication of that? It means say mama is okay. When they say when get one beer parlor nearby there, right? Our business don't drop.
Yes.
It means say you understand what I'm saying? It means say Baba Efosa, when they get one restaurant somewhere around there, their business don't drop. So it is impacting on the economic welfare of the people because those who came to invest, they bring money, and all that. So it's when the state has dropped, it is as a consequence of all this their rush behavior of not being strategic, not being focused, and not even having a clue as to what governance is and what they need to do. So they need to engage.
Mr. Commissioner.
They should engage. They should not be proud. They should be humble. Make them humble. We are open and ready to engage with them, talk to them. After all, it is our state. And that is the truth. Even we still engage with our governor from time to time. And it makes it it tell us. Be open, because now in our state, if things go bad, now in our two will still suck around. We don't want things to go bad in Edo State. We don't want it to get worse than it is right now. Because of course there's the expectation that ceteris paribus, all things being equal, Aswe comes in as governor, at least make things not go down so bad, so that it will become so difficult, to correct, take us back to where we're going in Obaseki left us. And these things are important.
Okay, Mr. Commissioner, I get 5 more questions to ask you. So we'll just take and tell. You were a commissioner of budgets. These people have been in office for 3 months now, 100 days. Plus, are they following the due procurement process to execute their initiative? Are you seeing the real due process in the area of procurement as the former commissioner for budget and planning? Mr. Osilama, sir. I think his network is dragging. Mr. Osilama, sir.
Okay. The line was a bit poor. You can't talk in slow motion.
But okay.
Well, I believe say I grab within you try to explain.
Okay, what are they talk and say?
Okay, fine.
As the former commissioner for budget and planning, and they ask you say these people they have been in government for the past 3 months now. Have they been following due process in the area of procurement?
Okay, they didn't start off properly. Because by the time they came in, they hadn't set up a state tenders board. Of course, the procurement agency is still there. I mean, that's a purely civil service institution. They hadn't constituted a proper ESCO. Now, the way this thing works is when you want to purchase items for the states, right? you go through a bidding process, whether it's single or multi-bidding, from the agent, from the MDAs, right? Okay, now when they don't say, okay, now this contractor will want give, right? You will now go through, the procurement process and then come to the state tenders board. The state tenders board will now sit down, look at the issues and say, okay, if we move forward on this, we advise maybe no move forward for so and so reasons. Now, if it passes through the state tenders board, it goes to ESCO. ESCO too will still sit down, look the matter, agree or disagree. If they agree, is approved, then the project is now signed by the executive governor. But all those processes were not, carried out, when they came in. So I think there was a lot of infraction, because again, like I say, everything was just like, there was no everything agra, maybe just show say now who will be with this, if we do anything we like, nothing will happen. But I want to hope and I believe that by now, some semblance of reasonability must have set in. At least now they have some commissioners, and members of their ESCO. I don't know if they've set up a state tenders, but I'm not aware of that. But again, like I said, the procurement unit is there. It's part of the state's civil service. So make I not throw them under the bus. We don't be like that. Waiting we don't know. We will say we don't know. Now we say we'll just come the talk, say, oh, they are so bad, they're so bad. At the end of the day, like I said, we want them to be good. For the good of Edo State. We are not interested in them failing. For the short period that we expect that they will be there. Maybe they don't just mess up things. Look at now. Things they inherited from us. E-gov don't go. The arguments.
I mean, okay, make I use the opportunity to touch this e-gov. Now, my next question. Okay, with the e-gov platform, now down. Thank God say you don't carry us enter my next question now. With the e-gov platform now down in Edo State, and the people returning to paper files. Civil servant they call me and they say, now paper, come sure they come, now paper will they carry now. Now, will there be transparency and tell us how fraudulent things can get? Now, when they don't move now from e-gov now back to paper, back to the dark days of Oshomole. Now, will there still be transparency in the system, and how this thing will affect us? Other commissioner.
Albert, you don't answer your question. You don't answer your question by yourself.
You said,
the whole reason, the overarching reason behind why we went digital in those states was for transparency, was for accountability, was for efficiency. I used to take pride in doing some videos when I was commissioner for Pakistan. We got what they call release warrants. If I not sign release warrants, then for up to a certain level, no contractor will get paid there. Because of ego, anywhere I did for this world, weekends, weekdays, I log on to my ego and treat my warrants. We had 48 hours at the maximum to deliver on our expectations. And if you fail, even with the commissioner, you get sanctioned, because even commissioner get Oga, right? Permanent secretary get Oga. And things it be like that. But even Governor Obaseki, with the CM now, even for inside plane, it work. Anywhere I did for this world, when you send requests to him, within 48, in fact, it's something within hours, he will just treat them, and things move smoothly. Right now, with the year complaints of requests when people don't send for weeks, the files they await approval from the new government. I mean, that is not the way a state should be run. You inherited something that is beautiful, something that is workable. Just because you hated the guy who facilitated that thing so much, you cut off your nose to spite your face. That's exactly what they did. Anything went good, so long that because now from Obaseki I come from, no, it must no good, it must destroy. Civil servants are complaining now. In fact, what thing going to happen now is the corruption will increase. All through my stay as commissioner for budget and economic planning, I don't meet one contractor. I don't know them. I don't meet them. No, I'm telling you. So all those issues, I come 10%. If you don't give me a brown envelope, I didn't know them. I didn't care, because the system was such that you didn't even need to know. Just do your job. And of course, we didn't care about what they were doing. None of them ever even came again to show gratification. But that's not why we were there. We were there to serve the Edo people, in all ramifications. And one thing, when my ministry, what we do before I leave, we set up a statewide project monitoring team. Right? We bring them from different MDAs under our supervision under my ministry, such that we don't now want only the MDAs to be the ones when go give out the contract, then they go site visitation, and they will come tell us, say that they don't do the job, we are not going to pay. You understand? We now say, okay, fine, we'll have an oversight responsibility. After I don't tell us this and what you want to do, we will go double check. Because we didn't want a situation where we'll be signing out hundreds of millions of naira of Edo State people's money, or even sometimes billions of naira, for jobs that were not done or poorly done. So we put in place structures that all these guys just needed to do was just come and plug and play. And again, to shortly before we left office, the governor signed into being a 30-year sustainable development plan, 2023 to 2053, which encapsulates the way forward, the steps you need to take different points. Of course, you can rejig them from time to time as certain economic variables emerge. No, but there was a plan. We gave them a 30-year development plan. All they just need to do is sit down again and try to read and understand. Obaseki did not inherit anything. In fact, that was about the only challenge he gave to me before I came on board. He said, Osilama, when I came in as governor, I didn't have a plan. I don't want the next governor after me to suffer the same fate. So we worked and brought that to fruition. There's a 30-year sustainable development plan. So what is how they do rubber up and down, just the waka, they go visit projects when now Obaseki don't do up to at least 90%. And you are now claiming that this is yours. But we understand, we don't mind. Our people are smart enough to know that you couldn't have achieved all these things in 100 days. Now 100 days, now they build primary health care for that's already primary health care for when
they claim that one. They say they claim that one.
Made a claim. So long as that thing I go use it, it doesn't matter. The government doesn't even care. Obaseki don't even care. It doesn't even care. If you know where, in fact, some of us don't add issues with you, like you have achieved so much. They celebrate your success. It be like saying that by force. Now we won't drag them towards as we leave. All those projects when you see, you can't go to the commission. Those are some of the things he had done them. He had done them. Some of them 2 years ago. You understand? So just like, okay, I'll make people just see some of all these things when I do. It wasn't that kind of he's not a showman. Not show business, no day for him. It was just for him. It was just about being effective, not going up and down, making noise, casting aspersion on people. Dragging people's names here and there. At the end of the day, all that noise when they start. How many people now they don't carry court say they're steal vehicles? Which vehicles? They were not. Which vehicles did it? Which vehicles did it? You were just maligning people, making outlandish claims that were not true. Say that body don't come.
I saw a video of one of your colleagues, the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Chris Nekani. I saw they recorded him. We saw the SUV. They said the SUV is worth 200 million naira that he bought it for. We saw that one. And you said nobody has been charged.
Which kind of talk with that one? That vehicle looked like waiting reach 50 million. You know, reach 20 million. That vehicle was, but I'm not holding brief for Chris Nekari, but I know enough to know about that transaction. He bought that vehicle as carcass, and there was nothing wrong with it. The records are there now. These people should sit down and go to the records. He bought it as carcass and put his own money to refurbish that vehicle. So the state that he saw it, it wasn't not as a B, not as a C and 9B. They just embarrassed him. And Chris na cool guy. I could just imagine a person like you. Or a person like me, now they come carry camera.
Okay, what about you? Why you say me? Why you say somebody like me? Why not Mr. Osilama?
Chris is a gentleman. He was even trying to explain to them the people weren't even supposed they're the same building with you. When they enter the same room, they see when they talk to you. And some things just don't add up. But where are we on that today? I understand that, of course, they apologized. But you see, the problem is you caused somebody grief openly. Now went behind. To start trying to make up. You don't do things. So there was a rush of blood. And I put them in English. There was a rush of blood into their heads. So that blood come over the fufu when they get inside, when they think in their brain. So it can't even make things worse for them. So they were acting anyhow. Everything was just braggadocio. Everything was just noise. Everything was just threats. At the end of the day, body don't calm down. So all those claims that they made. I even hear say the current governor they claim say Governor Obaseki carry chair. I mean, I
don't with the years of this ago say
Governor Obaseki, make I even shock you. Which we can hear chair now go there to make the chair. Governor Obaseki even left behind his vehicle. Carry his own vehicle officially he leave him behind. Which chair he want carry? Waiting there the chair. They pad them with dollars. I mean, so some things just don't the way they talk as if na beer parlor people. And I think that's even the mentality that they have. How can you say a former governor went which chair? With all the assets that he left behind, assets that those state assets now add up to 923 to 928 billion, almost $1 trillion assets.
Hi,
assets. You know what that one mean? Now chair, now you want carry. So all these things. It was 100 days of noise making, 100 days of trying to cow people, 100 days of not even respecting, the considered authority. We saw the way they were behaving when the sitting was in the election panel sitting was in.
Yes.
I mean, they were still rowdy, disrespectful to even police and DSS wearing uniforms and all. I mean, that's not the way to behave. So when investors, so now you see why I say investors, they started some of them even when one come, they balked. They decided they don't want to come again, right? So then one day they decided, no, we don't fit operate with all these kind of people when they make we leave. That is why the state is facing the kind of in the next 1 or 2 months, if care is not taken, that state is going to go so broke. Civil servants when they enjoy salaries by 26 letters of every month before, will drag to second week or maybe second week of the next month, before they get it. But God forbid, we don't want that to happen to our brothers and our sisters.
Mr. Commissioner, another question for you, sir. Mr. Commissioner, there is information that Edo G's has packed up. Edo G's, where
Yes.
Obaseki set up, where we get CFO, where even young boys, they go to hustle, they facilitate CFO, people still get small things. If you go there, when Obaseki was there, you will see young boys trying to make ends meet, people going to secure their lands, trying to, government set them up to stop land grabbing. Now,
Yes.
we hear say the place don't pack up. How will this affect revenue flow into government coffers?
Drastically. In fact, with the full and complete implementation of that program, right, that would have been the biggest revenue earner for Edo State. Because you see, all the money we don't first even when they even gather now, when amount to so much. Not just for metropolis. So if I'm not just even most of other GROA axis, they never go places like all those kind of Siloko, all those kind of Heneden area, all those kind of Ekosodin area. You understand what I'm saying? They never go Ekoma, they never go enter Uchi. I know they never enter again where I come from. You so imagine, by the time they now deploy statewide, how much revenue? That our oil be that. These guys, they don't break our pipeline. Because of again, like I said, not lacking the understanding and the way things work. You come everything agra. You saw something working so well. As far as we were concerned, it was na Obaseki and the people they chop money. We don't do government again now. We don't do all you just needed to do was settle down. You see, and a major problem when they get, they say they lack institutional knowledge. Most of the people when get ideas, when understand the way those things work from 2016 to 2014, they left government. Those who even stayed, right? They chased them out. Everything was gra. And now the Edo people, they suffer the consequences of all that. Something is working so well. You refuse to pay the consultant 3 billion, whereas you are making far more than that. I mean, it doesn't make any economic sense. What would that have amounted to for you to keep that process going? Just because you say Obaseki can I bring contractors? Let me even shock you. Governor Obaseki didn't even bring. It wasn't Obaseki that brought that contractor. So that idea was sold to him by someone who worked with him. And is in his usual way, okay, fine, this is good. Let's run with it. He just okayed it. How all that process was now developed and it materialized to what it is. I mean, it wasn't doing day-to-day things, and they might have so many things to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate that they hated him so much, right? Envied all the things that he achieved, and they were ready to suffer and punish the other. That's exactly what is going on. It is hate and punishment that has now been transferred to the people, the Edo nation, and it's not what is expected of even people who claim that they are from Edo State, But I don't know where all that is coming from. I don't know whether it's from a feeling of knowing and be sure that these people don't vote for us. So maybe we show them pepper.
Yes.
But you are there now. I mean, there's nothing wrong in even deciding to say, if not 6 months I did here, make I even do some things when people go, they will remember me by when this guy was here, he achieved this. I spent 14 months in Obaseki's administration towards the twilight of the administration. But I can point at certain things that were achieved, under my supervision within that 14 months period. And I take pride in all those things. Yeah, I met some of them already in the process, but we're able to now galvanize the team to bring them to fruition. In 2014, former Governor Adams Oshomole signed into law the Edo State Bureau of Statistics. But it didn't come to fruition until 2024 under my leadership as Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning. Today we have a State Bureau of Statistics, a statistician general and his team working. Do you know the benefit of that? It means now that Edo State, as a state, we're going to get our own data. We're going to get our own statistics. We're going to go market for Irepe. We're going to go market for Agenebode. We're going to go market for Uchi market for Auchi. We're going to go Oba market. Go get information, get data that is peculiar to us, and then we can then easily plan with all those things. Because instead of waiting for National Bureau of Statistics or people from Abuja, when in some situations they no go come, they just sit down and just extrapolate. These are not the extrapolation; these are raw and exactness, and that is what now leads to what planning. When you get data, you now see how things do. You go begin to plan, and when you plan, you then move towards executing those things. So these are systematic ways all these things are done. Not Agbero mentality that you think everything is wrong. It's not wrong. It requires some deep dive, into whatever it is you have inside your head as a brain. And those are the things that Obaseki brought to governance. And the successes he achieved, a lot of them know they're happy, they envy him. They envy him. No, we tell ourselves the truth. A lot of things now bad belly, not be anything. They know say God in Obaseki work. They know. A man that was winning awards here and there, the state was winning so many awards. You know how many awards you received? Even some from the federal government, some from international agencies. You know how those agencies they now. They know you want to give You want to go give them. Now, waiting they see, international best practice. So it's unfortunate that we have been dragged back, to pre 2016, and it wasn't a good place really. See the offices now. Go government house when we did it. All those beautiful structures when they see, and facilities when they inside those structures. Now under Obaseki now. Before Obaseki, that place be like where chickens they stay now. Let's not talk about secretariats where workers they struggle for space with people in the smoke, and I don't know, like I say, no nothing that they smoke. With lunatics and all, endangering even their lives. So a lot has changed. A lot has did. Efficiency has gone down. Corruption, of course, we spike because you're not giving people the opportunity to say, "Well, before I move your file, you give me something." There was nothing like give me something. If I got Obaseki here, say you ask for something, you are toast. You are toast. And we bought into that is vision.
No, we don't understand that English. Budget, but we don't understand. You don't say this is our platform. I don't say you take some budget planning. You break down that you say if Obaseki here, you are toast. We don't understand. We don't understand. I don't know what that toast means.
They eat those bread. You know what it means when you put the bread. When you put the bread inside a toaster, it come out as it be. You go get some buns.
It will trick you. It will compress you.
It will bomb you. That wasn't that's not his makeup, and that was why even after he left government, he waited, he stayed. They said they want to come and arrest him. They want to come. They don't come. Now the man, just okay, make him go rest, and he earns going to rest. Now the next one they hear they say he run. I mean they send Interpol go pick him. Make we see what you want to charge him. They looked around, even then privately, they marvel at the things when Obaseki achieved. They marvel. You go around the states, you see dilapidated state structures that
Commissioner, break out that Marvel. People not this platform. So we have 800 over 800 people watching live now. Don't be able to understand Marvel. Not the expo you did.
All the Yama Jaga buildings when buildings went full everywhere. The man worked on them. They turned them into world-class infrastructure where anybody would be proud to work in. I remember my office when some of my friends, my colleagues in the private sector, when they come, like my office was befitting, and I one when even GMs and executive directors of banks, some of them don't even get. I operated in that kind of space, and it help your mental fixation to even be more productive. We talk about ego, we talk about access to internet. They know that one don't become something when be like in our memory now.
Okay. All those fiber, all those free internet where government has put for different strategic locations, the fiber optics to collect the 18 local governments.
Everything don't japa. Everything. I think they don't take us back as a state. Everything don't too late.
This question, I make ask you this question now because I was having a conversation with a friend some days ago. I'm going to say my biggest pain is this. The former governor spent years with his team, with people like Kuna, to put all these things in place so that the next governor will get foundation to build on, which he not gets. Me, I know Oshomole government. I know.
I just talk now. I touched on it.
You touch on. No, my pain now is this. By the grace of God, we're in court, and that court will be the last question I want to ask you, but we get over 900 people watching on Facebook and YouTube now. But I want to take that court matter to my last question. This interview will be 40 minutes, but we've done it cross 1 hour now. But you know, say they don't give you time for a ride. So we'll give you time.
They chase me out. I don't know. You don't debunk too many things. Maybe they won't get calls and more than send that guy.
Very possible. So the thing where they worry me now, say, with the way they are in a hurry to destroy everything of the Obaseki labor to build. If as when now call, where is it going to start from? And will there be consequences? People cannot just rig elections, come to the system, destroy and go, and they will say, now politics, let's move on. Will there be consequences for this destruction? I want to ask you.
Okay, the good thing, I talk about institutional knowledge. The good thing when Aswell go enjoy the say, at least it will now be surrounded by people, some people like some of us. I don't know. That's really up to him. But at least he knows say he gets people when he fits, pull in and say, okay, now make this thing be as it be before. Make we come, make we talk, make we engage. Which is what unfortunately these guys are not doing. So if we had the capacity to take Edo State to the you say until they speak English, we carry put Edo State for the level when he reached in 8 years, right? It shows that certain qualities they innate in us. Right? Those things they don't disappear. if you were a millionaire, something can't happen, you can't fall. You don't need to despair. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself up, grind and continue. Waiting first make you big millionaire. You will see if you follow that same process, you will bounce back. But at least the lesson when you don't know now is okay, waiting make me fall, make I avoid them, right?
But some billionaires they wait for one right again because if Aswe come now and he decides to and he say okay now we have reclaimed our mandate.
All those billionaires
want to repair. We just be consequences for their destruction.
Wait, all those billionaires when fall no rise. Now still all those billions. If you work for your money, you will know how to. If things go wrong, you will know how to bounce back. When we talk of wealth, we're not talking of people who stole money because they were in public office. We're talking of people who worked, who built something. Okay, get how Elon Musk one for now. Go remember say okay, I've been getting some things when I develop. I know why I use them. Make I go bring them. You understand what I'm saying? Not people when just push fight. So the good thing is I believe Aswell will have the support system that is important that it will need. All he just needs to do is reach out, and use what is before him. Again, which is the question when you ask again, say that that's why they pray, make them know to destroy things. But I know after how bad were things when Obaseki became governor. You understand what I'm saying? So we are hoping that it will be easy again of course to bring some of those things back almost immediately. Now to re-engage all those people when help us, attain the level of technology when we attain when help us, fly as a government. I mean, some of those people first go. Not be say they disappear into thin air or they go underground. They just felt these people are not the kind of people we want to work with because of their approach and the attitude that they are displaying. And that's why I say a lot of investors left. And all those things too, now they affect the way things they, the way they run governments. So we are hoping and we're believing. When we say joy is coming, not be just slogan. I know people will smile again by God's grace if the right thing is done. We're hoping the right thing is done. No pressures. We're hoping the right thing is done. And our governor, when we truly vote for, comes. Aswe is Governor Obaseki 2.0. So if Edo people enjoy some kind of things in 8 years, imagine what they will enjoy under Aswe. And that is the truth. No disrespect to Governor, but even Governor Obaseki knows Aswe is he in 2.0. We know what in Aswe don't attain in the private sector now. This guy, he looks ordinary. I'm not, but me and you say in a bros. You understand what I'm saying? Na bros in so many ways. So he go bring those things to the governance of those states and all the successes he attained as a private individual. We bring them to the public sector.
Mr. Commissioner, I just get 2 more questions to ask. This one and the last one. Oga, make we touch this issue of revenue. As you can see, if you did Benin now, you will see every corner of Benin. Now, harassment, intimidation, extortion, different. Even today, with the year say they don't get new boys, which I'm very sure is Tony Kabaka's boys. Because now he last, they shall out the work since other Agbero, they able store, they have been working. But I think his appointment now, last week they give up the appointment. So today, now with the year say some haggard looking boys are in the street today harassing keke riders, harassing bus drivers, saying chairman chop money. Now what we hear today say they have a new one that say chairman chop money 1,000 naira. If you not give as a driver, they collect your car key. If they don't see your car key, say maybe you quit driving the car key, they'll carry your battery. Or some say they will even lose. They get their jack when they carry follow. They'll lose your 2 tires, your 2 back tires for back. They'll fall the bus for ground. Carry your 2. And if you go check how much to buy 2 tires, buy the rim, go carry for canalizer, go come fix them. What is 1,000? You'll quick give them. So what they do is they create fear. They show example with some people, beat them mercilessly. So if you know how they beat you, and the reason you just say chairman shop money, now once you bring your 1K come out. So, sir, what is your take in the area of revenue and appointment of no talks as enforcers?
Say I don't already touch on them, earlier on. So make sure that we don't go, overburden the matter. I'm clear on that. It's that as a non-state actors. If you know the operates Brotherhood of La Cosa Nostra, the mafioso, that's exactly how these guys are behaving. Gangsters, like gangsters. You understand? You have one don, one capo the TT Capi or one capo in somewhere. Then in soldiers, the soldati, and then go they cause mayhem. In such situations, break people's head, kill people, just so that somebody or people somewhere would enjoy large life. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Go read Godfather. You understand what I'm saying? Marufuzo, the Godfather. It's exactly the tactics they are adopting. If you don't submit yourself to what they ask, they shake you down, they hit you, they cause mayhem. And that is not the way a sane society should operate. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I say no society prospers or grows in an atmosphere of insecurity and uncertainty. People, they fear to come out and do business. People, they fear to come set up shop. Some organizations that wanted to come and set up shop in Benin, in Edo State, they decided to make it just wait see. Who they lose? Now, who they lose now? Also, all this IGR when they collect, most of them not be private pockets they go. Somebody goes one day now, sit down again, come declare saying you don't attain 10 billion. How? Which business do they do? How much is the state? How much does the state make? That one individual will come and boast, won't celebrate billions, say they don't achieve billion. You look at the person, you don't see the business he does, you don't see the capacity to generate to even make 10 million. We are talking of 1 billion, 2 billion, because of all this kind of rascally behavior that has now been supported, unfortunately, by the state and internal revenue services, as signed out by the chairman of that revenue service. I mean, who is even a lawyer? I mean, it's a sad situation. Don't you know the law? That's criminal. So maybe some people will probably eventually end up going to jail if the right persons come and the right thing is done. Until you begin to punish people for the wrong that they do, you know, this society will continue to just be anyhow. This thing will happen for where you did.
No,
Can it
how
happen
now?
in the UK?
How now?
It cannot. Yet we look at those societies. We like to go there. We like to. Those who can afford this, we send their children there.
My taxes now direct debit.
Go on holidays.
Oga, I said my taxes now direct debit. I must make sure say I not go drink alcohol or smoke. Can't go forget say money need to dey my account when government want collect their money. Now what like they? You must make sure say money dey your account
Exactly.
when it reach time for you to pay your car insurance, your council tax, your everything. You must no explanation. Me never see tiger and lion for street
Your
level.
telephone bill, your
Yeah.
TV, your utilities. Or it will mess up your credit record. You know, maybe not to go into all that because it will confuse some people. I mean, some of us know how it works, you know. But see, those are the kind of societies that we look at and we admire. And that's kind of society that the university they build for those states, and we will expect, say, you know, the next governor or government will continue along that trajectory or that line. But unfortunately, now a totally different area. These people they carry us go where we don't know.
No,
we need
no.
to scream, and that's why you see us screaming. You know, that's why you see us going around letting the other people know that all these their propaganda when they go up and down, it's just empty hot air. You know, the truth is the truth. We know what we do, we know what we achieve. We are bold and we are determined to setting the record straight. And every opportunity we have, we'll do that. No matter whose house is God. Nobody is bigger than that state. Now all of us get that state.
Mr. Commissioner, my last question for you before I will let you go. You don't try today over 1 hour 15 minutes, and we have over 900 people watching all over the world. Sir, just talk to us as if me, I don't know what they go on for court. Now, tell us how the court case they hope they say joy they come, hope they say Aswe they come, hope they say okay they come, hope they say a dog will move forward because what would they hear for streets where all these APC people they tell us they say who do one before he go do one again. Who be the who do one before? So they say that they get Baba for Aso Rock. Now if they bring INEC, bring police, bring everybody, we can't help the rig election. Say the same Baba never die. Say the same Baba will give instruction to the judiciary, make they do it bidding. We get hope for this case. That one, we get hope, and is judiciary still the last hope of the common man? Clear this thing for us before you go.
Okay. Now two-pronged answers you will get. The first one, I know we'll dwell on them because this matter is so judicial. I don't want to be held in contempt, right? So I know we'll talk about the tribunal case. While from waiting we see, we are hoping and believing that. If you notice, I kept using the word all things being equal, which is ceteris paribus, the right thing will be done, especially if we still have in a country. I will make a leave on that. Now let me clear something. People say Baba supports them. Nothing they wrong in President Tinubu supporting his party. Absolutely nothing. What else did you expect him to do? But Baba not support them to go indulge and engage in the kind of behavior when they're engaging. Two different things. He not tell them, they go use police, they arrest people in line to the election, behaving like I said, gangsters. He not say me they go write result. He writes result for an election.
No.
Not the year you did. We were here now. That election was free. It was fair. It was credible. At least we don't say that this kind of rascally behavior take place. So he did not support them to go and behave this way. Now, from what in the year, now make things don't hook them for like bone when don't do that. Because no matter what you want to say about the president, he's a Democrat. This is a man that was in the trenches, Nadeko and the rest. You don't, and the moment you are sworn into as president of this country, some one kind of spirit, they enter you. You will not say, listen, I need to rise above certain expectations. I'm the father and the leader of this country. He supported them, fine. Nobody grudge him for that. But not tell them, may they go the rights results, may they go they prevent PDP returning officers from entering, getting access to INEC collation centers and things like that. All those things happened. I was on ground. I was a witness to some of all these things. So no. So either they, for me, except maybe I they read things wrong, which I don't think I am, you go choke them, because I don't think that man will do as they are expecting. Again, too, we need to understand, say, that man is operating at an international level. He too want leave legacy. You think, say, other presidents, when they call and say, well, they watch waiting they born for your, just the same way me and you, they talk now, he and all them Trump, all them Macron, all of them, they engage. We are watching, observing, expecting to do the right thing. Because now these things will make an international statement. They see Baba Obasanjo, when he travel abroad, he can't respect when he gets. That man is a global icon now. Who don't want that kind of steez? Who don't want that kind of swag? You see President Jonathan, you think say President Tinubu don't want, when he eventually leave office, maybe they accord on that kind of respect. Well, because of one Edo state. He's even president without Edo. He didn't win Edo state.
Yes.
He was not even second. He was even third. So it's not as if now one thing when, now one big deal for us. Let us be clear. Now we in our small space, now they make this thing look big. The man has bigger issues. He has bigger fishes to fry. So let's give him some credit. I don't expect undue interference. Honestly, I don't. I'm hoping and expecting. And the way the evidence when we bring those evidence, certified true copies of all those materials and things, it go hard. It go hard. Except na banana country, banana republic, now we get the evidence is overwhelming, it is clear, and we believe that the right thing will be done. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wonderful 1 hour, 21 minutes with the immediate past Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Mr.
Don't make me go miss like Premiership match and I'm in the watch you.
Oh, I see. But you see, because of this one, when you talk, so I must still summon you one question because of this one. Sir, in 60 seconds or in 30 seconds, tell us one Obaseki legacy when this government when they try to destroy, when they pay you. I don't say two. Only one out of everything when they do. The one when they try to destroy, when they pay you where every day. Out of the many, tell us only one. In 50 seconds.
The civil service institutional reforms.
Wow.
Because that's the engine room of government. Now, when the civil servants cannot function optimally, because the tools when they use to be the best they can be, because of them, now some of us they go receive awards on behalf of the state, those things are gone. Those things are gone. Efficiency, so that's what pains me. Because a lot of them they are
okay. No. Now be the e-gov. Under the e-gov, this is so.
Of course. I'm talking about this. See, this is the Google generation. Most of all these civil servants now young Gen Zs now, they don't get time to clarify. Say, okay, your permanent secretary say, okay, come clarify, go government house. I mean, that's not. They want to press buttons and they have delivered, make the next line of authority doing job. So you are totally negatively disrupting their mental state and their effectiveness. That's not the way it should go. That's for me. I think that's the most painful, because again, true, Edo State and civil service state. So if you are not making the civil service that used to be the envy of all subnationals, across the federation, then there's something wrong. Other states came to learn what we were doing in Edo State. Even Lagos State came to learn some things. This is the best one when they say na scam. I mean, which kind we not talk with that one? They cost something when Lagos State come borrow the idea to set up theirs. Even the current governor of Lagos State is on record to appraise that Edo best. Rwanda came. Some other countries in Africa, they came to study some of the things that we've achieved. And you say it's a scam because you went to some place and saw one dilapidated school. Would Obaseki have renovated all the schools in Edo State? Do you know how many bad schools he inherited that he worked on? He couldn't have done everything. So sometimes when these people they talk, you start beginning to wonder which kind of amala or fufu they get inside their head when they call bread. It just doesn't even make sense. So if you have gone and you have seen that one primary or secondary school is dilapidated, then fix it. Yes. Fix it. That's why you're in government. Governance is a continuum. Don't complain. Don't whine. Fix it. That's my take. And I'm hoping that when the right thing is done, we'll reverse to, or make a detour, to where we were before November 2024. And it was a good place then. It really was a good place. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Osilama. See, it's been interesting. In fact, me when we interview yourself, once I end this broadcast, I want to go start watching this your responses.
I see how you they jump a few days ago. Remove shirt. Therefore, Seneke come meet you, say, you get one black man for here when you like, say, you don't craze. You know, it was good. I saw it. I was just laughing. I was just like, how by one craze. So, maybe
No,
one of
Oga,
the,
when I hear say they don't see witness break up, say their lawyer can't tell court, say court
and then they
abeg.
laugh us. Then they laugh us saying only 18 we bring. You want only 1 and 2 they bring. I mean, you begin to wonder. Everything is propaganda. Propaganda. If
So
you listen to these people, you go get high
eh,
blood pressure.
I said now I showed them that day now Riaza of waiting of what do you want to celebrate the day when they go declare as well. So honorable commissioner, thank you very much. God bless you for your time. Good night.